Hello and welcome to another Vinyl Finds video. I hope you all had an enjoyable Christmas this year. And I hope you also got lots of vinyl. I didn't specifically get any vinyl on Christmas Day, but I did actually get some money, which today I spent on some vinyl. So yeah, I've got some records and I've also got a few CDs that I bought as well. So starting off, I've got this one before Christmas. This is the latest reissue of MC5's Back in the USA album. This really doesn't sound as sort of brutal as their first album. Real sort of straightforward 3-chord rock and roll. A bit like the Ramones, but kind of less noisy. I've had some really awful pressings in the past, ones with tape dropouts. I had a picture disc which sounded awful, and the Sunday's reissue, which was before this one, the best you can get your hands on, was always stupidly priced. And this sort of budget price one, which is from Rhino, I think, really flimsy sleeve, those horrid sort of solid paper inner sleeves, real sort of bare bones, but the pressing on this is absolutely brilliant. And rumour has it it's taken from the sort of original analog tape, so this is really good value if you can get your hands on it. This is the best you can get at the moment. So I bought 3 records when I was in Bristol today. I bought 2 records by the Horrors, Primary Colours, which is their second album, and their latest album, Luminous. I went to watch them play live back in October. It was my birthday, you see, and I thought, well, I'd love to go to a gig on my birthday, so I thought, well, I'll go and see the Horrors. I already had Skying on vinyl, and it's a really good album. A bit like Simple Minds meets Tame Impala. Very psychedelic. You can tell they probably listened to a lot of early Pink Floyd, and obviously, but it sounds a lot sort of bigger. And I actually haven't listened to these records yet. I mean, my website covered Luminous when it came out, but I got someone else to review it. Really looking forward to listening to those. And I know on Primary Colours, it's got the last song, it's Sea Within a Sea. Excellent track. It was absolutely brilliant when they played it live. Really one of those sort of live favourites. One of that in sort of slowly. What was it? I keep on forgetting the name of the bloody track, but it's, moving further away from Skying. Really good. And the other one, the last but not least, the Sleaford Mods. I first listened to this when, because I'd never, all I knew was that this group was getting rave reviews. So I thought, well, okay, and this album was just about to come out. I think it was a weekend before it came out. So I got onto their sort of PR, said, oh, could you send a review copy? So I wanted to cover it from my website. And I went into this totally blind, didn't know jack shit about them. And first off, I thought, well, what the hell is this shit? What the fuck is this? But after like 2 or 3 tracks, I started listening to it, and I sort of get what they're trying to do. It's spontaneous rant. It's a bit like if you get some sort of curmudgeonly guy from the pub who's had too much to drink and force him to rant over sort of very sort of minimalist sounding drum beats. Sort of some bits of it sound very sort of like 90s dance beats, and that's what it sounds like. It's very weird, but recently Tintin, one of the guys on the VC from France, he posted this up. I think he got it for Christmas, and I decided to revisit this album again. I've had it lying about on MP3 files since it came out, and again, the first time I revisited it, it's like, did I really like this? Because I'll give it an absolute glowing review. Hell, even the group retweeted the damn review. But I listened to it and I thought, did I like this? Then I started listening to it through a bit further, and I thought, yeah, I remember now. This is a really good record. It's because of the way the sort of lyrics are structured. They are very spontaneous rants, and it is a bit of a weird listening experience. It's very much an acquired taste, but certainly a taste worth acquiring. Last but not least, so I've got this as a promotional thing. I'm currently writing a review for this, a bit belatedly. It's a Magnificent Moody's, the first album by the Moody Blues, and this was back when they were sort of very little more than a one-hit wonder. When they had Denny Lane from Wings, he was the front man. Then Denny Lane left. Sorry, the last remnants of a cold. So Denny Lane left, the bass player Clint Warwick left, and they brought Justin Hayward in. But I mean, this album isn't that good, but it has its moments. I mean, the version of Go Now, their version of it, is brilliant, and there's a couple really good sort of cover versions on there. The original stuff is pretty crap. For the most part, but I'll sort of give it a middling review when I finally finish the damn thing. It's a keeper, just about, but it sort of got me back into listening to the Moody Blues again. Now, I got into them a while back. I bought Days of Future Past as a sort of a Christmas present to my dad, but before I give it to him, I did manage to sort of listen to it quite a bit. So today, I was sort of vinyl shopping. I did manage to come across a 3 for £10 offer. I managed to get these albums. I would like to actually own decent copies of the Moody Blues albums on vinyl. In fact, I do have a few copies. In fact, I have 2 copies of In Search of the Lost Chord on vinyl, but they're both scratched to buggery, unfortunately. So I'm just happy with having these on CD. So before Christmas, I did manage to sort of order some stuff through Amazon, but like most of the stuff you get through Amazon, it's via third-party sellers, and usually it has to come all the way through from America. It's such a sluggish pace, it takes ages. So there's going to be another sort of vinyl finds video, but for the rest of January there's not going to be much going on. But I might post up some more videos. So thank you for watching this video, and have a happy new year.